international outcry as President Putin declares that 4 areas of Ukraine seized illegally are now Russian.
Putin.
At a choreographed event in Moscow's Red Square, President Putin declares victory will be ours.
Люди, живущие в Луганске и Донецке,
people in Luhansk and Donetsk, Kherson and Zaporizhia are becoming our citizens.
навсегда, forever.
It came after a lavish signing ceremony at the Kremlin, where Russia formally annexed 15% of Ukrainian territory.
President Biden has warned Russia that it will not get away with seizing its neighbour's land by force after Vladimir Putin announced the annexation of 4 occupied regions of Ukraine. It's the biggest seizure of territory in Europe since the Second World War. In a signing ceremony at the Kremlin, Mr. Putin declared that Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia and Kherson are now part of Russia. In response, Ukraine has formally applied to join NATO.
Ukraine has applied for fast-track membership of NATO after Vladimir Putin formally declared 4 regions in eastern Ukraine as Russian.
Let's speak to our correspondent Hugo Bashega, who's in Kiev for us now. Hugo, good morning to you. So talk us through the response from Ukraine to what's been announced in Moscow.
Morning, Charlie. So the Ukrainians are saying that nothing really changes, that everything that happened in Moscow yesterday was a farce with no legitimacy, no legal implication. And they say they're going ahead with the counteroffensive to take back territory that's now in Russian hands. And President Zelensky last night said that the path was difficult, but that he was confident that victory would come to the Ukrainians. And as Russia claims sovereignty over Donetsk, the Ukrainians seem to be making some gains there. For days we've been talking about the city of Liman, which is a very important city for the Russians in the east of the country, a major logistics hub, and it seems that the Ukrainians are now very close to encircling the city with thousands of Russian soldiers completely cut off. So if the Ukrainians go ahead and manage to recapture this city, this would be a major victory for the Ukrainian forces. So fighting continues, and the Ukrainians say that they're going ahead with this offensive to take back territory despite President Putin's latest announcements. Let me just briefly give you an update on what's happening this morning, because we heard in the last hour the Ukrainian nuclear operator said the head of the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant had been detained by Russian forces and taken to an undisclosed location. For weeks we've been discussing tensions around this facility in the south of the country, and the company now urged the International Atomic Energy Agency to press for his immediate release.